Coming up on this week's podcast is this madness.
Fuck's sake. Wow.
Just to let you know, Tom, I'm actually recording this. I think everyone has to see that.
Oh, fuck's sake. Hello, good afternoon. Oh, it's afternoon. Don't normally do afternoon sessions. Start that again. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to another episode of G&Ts with myself, Tom and Tam. And I'm going to apologise in advance because we got absolutely fuck all to talk about. So, how are you, gents? You all right?
Yeah, good, mate, good. Yeah.
Good. How's your week's been?
My elbow's still fucked, but I'm good. If I had to put in another line for my work, still fucking agony. So, yeah.
Into it. I've done my wrist. Any injuries for you this week, Tom? Any more trampoline accidents?
This winter, I don't go out on the trampoline in the winter.
No, it's good. Good idea. Can we just talk about the new equipment that Tom's using? Tom's gone full professional podcast mode.
Yeah, it's turned into it's Wing Commander Hawes there. What is wrong with these?
Apart from the tape and the tears.
It's the tape holding the microphone up that finishes it off nice.
So if anyone would like to donate to the Tom Hawes appeal, I'll put it in the description.
Oh, it's quality.
Yeah.
It's good. I feel like I'm missing out though. I think I can hold off for a few more weeks.
I was fine sat there doing it on my phone with my headset rubbing against my clothes and Tam moaning at me each week. So the worst thing is though, we've just done the draw. So I mean, this mic and everything's here to eliminate any noise issues. Obviously, I've had my headset turned up a bit too much, and obviously because I've turned the mic down a bit because there's background noise, I've gone a bit closer, and Tam's like, I can hear myself. Who's got YouTube open? I haven't got a clue, Tam. It's not none of us. Then I've realised, you can hear me through my actual.
So you're up against, guys. So you're up against, mate.
So still learning.
Yeah.
I am not getting involved with the big headphones. If it's not broken, don't fix it. If people can hear me, I'm not changing.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're all suffering this week. I mean, I'm feeling better. My cold's gone. But I've had an absolute nightmare with my left wrist. I don't know if you saw it on the chat, but I had to concede halfway through the cup game.
I heard James mentioned something about that, mate.
Yeah, I said it earlier that I can't remember it was against someone white.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah. What was annoying was I wasn't actually playing too bad for once. We were sat. I got a leg back, made it 1-1, and my wrist just cracked as I went to throw. And I had to message him and said, "Sorry, mate, I might have to concede. I'll see how I go." Then we got it to 2-2, and I just couldn't hold the dart up to throw for 20s. So I was trying to throw down the bottom of the board for 19s. And I thought, this is ridiculous. Why am I putting myself through this for a cup that means absolutely nothing? So I just messaged him.
Good eye, you've even got the mic nearly fainted as well there.
Right, what's the prize pot?
Ranking points.
Yeah. Kudos points.
To a cup that I'm not going to win. It was the taking part that counted for me.
Not with that attitude, son.
Yeah. What are we doing?
Yeah.
Well, I was gutted, but yeah, first time I've ever had to concede. Normally I just take the beating like a man. But
yeah.
It's a longer format though, isn't it?
Yeah, it was long format.
That's the thing, if you've got a dodgy hand or wrist or anything like that, I wouldn't fancy trying to do that.
No. Especially the way it was going.
No.
Like level pegging for...
Yeah.
Just give up.
Just in life, just give up.
That's it.
Just give up.
Gary's weekly advice.
Yeah.
talking of giving up, we had to give up on the Dark Counter app as well, haven't we? So we didn't have a very successful tournament situation.
That was hilarious, mate.
It's another one of Tom's finest moments, trying to stay calm and collected.
Because we talked about this in the weekly roundup. It was the funniest part was everyone saying, "I can't think me," asking Tom as if it's his fault. And you're going, "What do you want us to do?"
That was the bit where it was just like, what was it? I can't play a game, or my opponent's gone through and I won.
Yeah. But then people kept playing on, and you're just going, "What are you doing?"
The one, I can't even remember who it was, but there was someone saying, because I put up, if everyone left it and turned off the beta, we'd do another little tournament because it was still early.
Yeah.
And people were going, yeah. And then I'm checking it, and the people that are saying yeah are still in the actual tournament playing. So at that point, I was like, and I was like I said on the Sunday, James asking, what was the results for the tournament, so I can update it for you. There was none. Yeah, but what were the results of it? Did you not run one? You ran another one? No.
Yeah.
I think it showed a lot of promise, though. I think once they fix the issues, I think it'll be a brilliant tool to use.
Oh, James ran one, didn't he, after that? And it ran okay, is that right?
Of course.
Did it run okay for him, though? Had they ironed out some of the problems? That's the thing. It's the beta thing, and it's they obviously they'll iron out the issues where they go. That was literally the first night it was started. Was when we done that first one. So
yeah, I think maybe I got a bit carried away. I was
like, well, let's do it rather than giving it a few days.
The server was flooded as well. It was rammed on that server because even just trying to play a normal 1v1 game outside of a tournament, the cameras were freezing, having to quit the games, chaos. But so if they get all these little issues fixed, I think it's going to be brilliant. So I'm looking forward to seeing what comes of that.
It'll definitely make it easier for running tournaments and stuff because it's all automated.
When I had to sit there and I was doing it on my phone, and you get like 30 people joining, and you're like opening one tab, opening another tab, you're missing people off. I'm not paid for this.
The only issue that I think you'll have is because sometimes that counter freezes on you. So you're going, what are you going to do then? Because then I take it it's going to just have you as being beaten when it might not even be that. It might just be that your that counter app has frozen up or something. But
it does.
Yeah.
Never going to get it right every time, are we?
No.
Talking of not getting things right, should we get jingle time?
I've not got it. Thingy, mate, I've not got because I thought you'd sent me the picture, but you've not sent a picture.
Oh, that's a shame. We can miss that.
That's fine. We can work with it. If you want to play the jingle, I'll tell Tom the challenge.
Nice, mate. You ready for this, Tom?
I am.
Now, Kissel will whistle at Busty Miss Russell, who rustle and bustle till Kissel will roar. So Russell asked Axel for Kissel's dismissal, and this'll teach Kissel to whistle no more.
That's a tongue twister, and seems so easy till you twist your tongue.
Tito and Toto were tattooed in Toto, but Toto was only tattooed on his toe. So Toto told Tito where Toto was tattooed, but Tito said Toto's tattoo wouldn't show.
This never gets old.
No, it doesn't. Even when you know what's coming. I love it. So this one, Tom, is only 3 words.
All right.
But you have to say them consecutively like you would in a sentence. So you can't have a big pause between each. Okay. First word is Irish.
Yeah.
Second word is wrist.
Yeah.
Third word is what?
Irish wrist.
The confidence you had then. You were just
I was just go straight for it and open it.
That's not that hard.
Irish wish what? Oh. Irish wish. Why am I saying wish?
I don't know. Wrist.
Irish, because I can't do it without the Irish wrist. Irish wrist. What? No, do you know what? I hate this little segment now. I thought the music was fine.
Well,
Irish
Now, Kissel will whistle at Busty Miss Russell, who'll rustle and bustle till Kissel will roar. So Russell asked Axel for Kissel's dismissal, and this'll teach Kissel to whistle no more.
That's tongue twister. And seems so easy till you twist your tongue.
Tito and Toto were tattooed in Toto, but Toto was only tattooed on his toe. So Toto told Tito where Toto was tattooed, but Tito said Toto's tattoo wouldn't show.
And the answer to that question is no, he can't.
Irish wristwatch.
Well, unlucky. Valid effort.
Yeah.
Can you do it?
Yeah.
Irish wristwatch.
Irish wristwatch.
Yeah, but there was a
Irish
gap
wristwatch.
in that. There was a pause.
Irish wristwatch.
Irish wrist. I still can.
Okay, let's move on quick.
Yeah.
Before I fail.
Yeah.
Come up with another one for next week.
Yeah. So,
that darts ref that we had, not the ref, the coach. Have we had much feedback on that? Because I watched the podcast and I thought it was absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I mean,
It was a really good episode.
that seems to be the sort of the common feedback that we're getting is that everyone was like, the guy's just obviously got a hell of a lot of knowledge. You and Tom will just sit like that.
to be fair, we could have literally just pressed play and that's it, just not said a word. But to be fair, it was one of them where you're taking it in, you're like, well, you never thought of that. And especially when it sits in how much hours of footage he watches.
Mm.
Oh.
I took quite a bit away from it. Obviously, as we know, with my terrible form at the moment, I think naturally I've just been blaming the darts. And I've gone on a bit of a shopping spree and buying all sorts of random darts to find that actually what he said makes a lot of sense, that it's got nothing to do with the darts. It's just shit. It's just like, just accept the fact that I've got a set that I've had good results with in the past. So if I've had them in the past, then I can have good results with them again. So just go back to basics.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Just throw straight in it. And I mean, as in down the line that you've got, rather than obviously you're doing something wrong. It's the same as it's all. It's getting that repeatable throw. Easier said than done, unfortunately.
I think it's such a mental game as well. You just think, oh, just throwing a dart at a board, how hard can it be? But the mental side of darts is so frustrating. You start beating yourself up thinking, why can I not just throw this in a straight line?
Yeah.
How hard is this? And then the more you start thinking like that, the worse it gets.
I think you start trying to manipulate how you throw the dart as well, I think, and that's when you just get worse. Because you start trying to manufacture a better throw or whatever it is, and it just goes out the window.
You end up thinking too much about it and it just goes to
Start changing your grip, changing how you're throwing, and then
I think the thing for me is that it's meant to be fun, doing it for fun because I enjoy doing it. And I found that over the last few weeks, it's not become enjoyable because I've just been stressing myself out of it so much. And you think, this is stupid. It's not like my mortgage is on the line. I'm just doing it for a laugh and a bit of a hobby. Like, just enjoy it. Get back to enjoying it. Whether you win, lose, it's no big deal.
I think the thing as well, Gary, though, is see the fact that you're in tournaments and you're in leagues, it does become competitive. I know it's for nothing, but it's basically for bragging rights. But it's amazing how that does make you want to play better. And then when you don't play to that level that you want to play to, it does. That's when it starts to grind on you.
It really does.
Maybe the fact that you have hurt your wrist, though, you might come back better because you've reset your mind. You never know. So I know that. I used to play a lot of golf, and that's the sort of thing that it ends up, it all gets in your head, and then see if you take it away from it for a few weeks, you come back and generally you actually play better because you've not got all that nonsense in your brain.
What will be.
Yeah.
It's just frustrating, isn't it, when you play a league game. A bit like what Tom says when he plays you. It's like he can play you in any friendly and probably have quite good success. As soon as it comes down to a league game or a cup, you tend to get the better of him.
Not recently, mind you.
Oh.
Recently, I can't remember the last time you actually beat me, Tom, to be honest.
I can't. And the worst thing is, I played a game before, so this may be yesterday or the day before.
Mm-hmm.
I played Tam, and literally I played a game just beforehand, and I averaged like 65, 66, throwing great. I then played Tam literally 30 seconds later, couldn't hit above like 30. It was shocking.
I mean, don't get me wrong, my score was, I was scoring quite well, and I think I was mid-50s, was it? Something like that.
I just couldn't.
I think you were scraping into the 50s. It's like, but yeah,
beyond embarrassing.
it's just one of those things.
I'll get my revenge.
When you play like a random online, you have the game of your life. You think this is awesome.
Yes.
Then you do like the 121 checkout game, and you think, right, I'm smashing this. And you're like, right, league game, and you think, why am I even in this league?
Yeah.
What am I doing here? Like full on imposter syndrome.
Because usually I'll do the last thing I'll do before I play, if I do like a warm up before a league game or any sort of game, I'll go for the doubles. I'll sort of take my check, then go for double 20, double 10, double 5, and then 16-8, that sort of thing. And I'll hit them really, really well. Then as soon as I get down to a double, miss. Oh, there's another miss. And it's like, fucking hell.
Yeah.
Well,
infuriating.
While we're on the notes about Tam and his doubles, it's not quite related, but you've had your little Mickey taken at me now. That seems to happen each week. Gary, have you watched last week's podcast?
When Tam's mathematical skills were put to the test of trying to count to 30.
And then Tom actually turns round and says, that's not 30. You're going, yes.
So don't turn this round already. Let me have my moment.
That was what.
Yes, I have watched it.
That was why I put on. There's a shot I put up, and it was Carol Vorderman and Rachel Riley's getting nothing to worry about with these two clowns. The two of us trying to count to 30. Just Jesus Christ.
That was brilliant. It was when you said, so you got this, you got that, you got that. Okay, so what's the total then? And that's like, you wanted him to tell you,
and he's like, 30. Yep, that's what I got. Perfect.
Yeah, correct. Well done. That's what I got.
It's like you are not convinced by that at all. He could have said any number.
Yeah.
Anything.
I've got to be honest. Everyone knows I can't count, so I'm not even embarrassed by it anymore. But yeah, it's funny.
I liked it.
The challenge this week as well, it's the exact same thing. I'm just like, what's that you've got?
Oh, who's doing it this week?
I'm not going to tell you. You need to wait till Sunday to find out.
No, not about who's challenging him. Who's the
Dan
actual...
Humphrey.
Oh, Dan Humphrey.
Dan Humphrey. He's a big unit, by the way. He's a big
rugby boy.
Yeah. What do you want to get in a bar fight with that boy? Obviously, I'd smash him, but I wouldn't want to hurt my knuckles, you know.
Good job. He's got that new board with the number ring. Could you imagine that with all his 19s at the bottom? Tam would have been well away.
What was that with the number ring? He had something like 2 19s, didn't he? And like 2 7s, and he got it off of Wish.com.
I forgot about that.
I can't remember. Because when I asked him about it, he said he's had it for like 10 years or something. So it's obviously been hit quite a few times for it to bend like that. But I swear there was like 3 19s all at the bottom.
I've played him quite a few times. I was in his league for 2 seasons, I think it was. And I've never, ever noticed it. And then when someone pointed it out, I think, oh my God, it's so obvious. How have I never seen it?
I think it's because we played darts that much now that you just know where the numbers are. You don't even really look at what the number is, if that makes sense. So you probably would notice it.
Well, I've never checked out anyone's number ring.
You've never checked out anyone's ring, did you say?
Yeah.
Nice, man.
Just to find out if it's...
Welcome to the show, Tom.
Welcome aboard.
Yeah.
We've got the Meetup in June.
Yeah.
So if you think you're looking at my ring, you can think again.
Yeah.
The amount of shit I'm getting, I'm not even sure I'm going to turn up. It's just a real weekend. By the end of it, I'm just going to be sat there crying.
I hope you turn up.
Speaking of the Meetup, is there any news on the thing, Tom? Just for anyone watching, any news on the board situation?
No news. I am trying though.
Trying my patience, mate. That's what you're doing.
So, well, if they don't get back soon, I'll have to find out at the.
It's just
if
basically
anywhere else can do
it's
it.
so that we can put it out there so as people know where to stay, mate. That's the thing. So that we know where to get a base to
It's
keep down.
we'll get there.
Yeah.
I mean, Tom has to be there because he's booked the Airbnb that a few of us are staying at. And if we've got nowhere to play darts, we've just got visions of us losing the deposit because we just put all these holes in the wall. Come round and the living room's just absolutely destroyed.
Yeah.
Oh, I was when I was looking at the Airbnbs and all that, I was just like, try and stay away from anything like Liverpool.
Mm.
Well, that would be good because we're meeting in Nottingham. And I'm not paying the taxi.
That's that was it. Was Michelle had said to me, she went, "You do realise you're going to be sharing with other people?" No. She's like, "No, as you can tell by the shared toilet thing and all that." She's like, "That means there's going to be other rooms there." And we got there, and that was the case. Just like, fucking hell. Yeah.
It's bad enough trying to get in the room.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. It'll be a good laugh.
Oh,
yeah.
We've got quite a good turnout, and we're looking at the numbers. If everyone goes that says they're going, I think we're in for a good couple of days.
See, even if we get about 10 bodies, mate, that'll be. Definitely going to get that. So it's going to be at least 3 of us going. Myself, Rab, and John.
Is John 100% confirmed?
I've not spoke to him, mate, but he will. There's no way John will not go. But Rab's a definite stick on.
Can't wait
Yes.
for you to meet Rab.
Oh, mate. And then you've got Martin, Rich. The 4 of yous are sort of definite, so they're definitely going to get 10, I reckon.
I'm picking Rich up on the way, so I've got to pretty much drive past his house to get there.
And we've got
So
James is going as well, and so is Mark, isn't he? Mark Jackson.
Yeah,
I'm
they've
sure the 2 of
already.
them are driving down.
Well, as soon as it was put out where it was going to be, Mark put in that they've already just booked their room, booked where they're staying.
So it'll be a good laugh.
yeah, so we've basically got a dozen of us, haven't we? So
Oh, yeah. Maybe that. I mean, we had the 8 the last time. I mean, God, we did 3 on the first night, and that was an absolute blast. That was just bananas. First night with the kebabs and all that, and come back the next day, and it's that bad dogs won't even eat it. That's how horrific.
Oh,
Still bits of kebab lying on the ground. I was nearly crying when I dropped a bit of my kebab.
Scouse kebab.
Hilarious, mate.
oh, it's not even that. It's Tam opened the box.
Chips and all that in it. Well,
He nearly threw up at the salad.
What
It wasn't even a salad though. It was like
this?
a whole lettuce in there.
Yeah.
Oh, lettuce with doner meat.
I told you, and the way that Rab come out with the free pizza from there, I'll never know. No idea.
I just left because he was yapping away to the guys that were working there and going,
Non-stop.
Well, Rab could be there for a while. I'm away back to the room.
I mean, that's some language barrier they got there, isn't it?
Oh,
like,
mate.
it's a very heavy Scottish accent with a Turkish Scouser. It's like, how they managed to communicate, I have no idea.
That's crazy, mate. Crazy.
They just looked at him and smiled and nodded, and he kind of was laughing at him and just kept saying, free pizza, free pizza. And I think just to get him out of the shop, maybe
That's
they
what
just
I was gonna
bugged him.
I think they just gave him the pizza to get him to stop talking.
Get out the fucking shop.
Yeah.
Here's your pizza.
But looking forward to it.
Yeah, I was looking forward to it, mate. There you go.
A great week.
You just want to do a bit of quiz action.
Have you come prepared this week, Tom?
Always.
What about the tiebreaker? You got that, or have you lost that?
I've got one.
Nice.
Excellent. Let's get jingled.
Let's do that.
Ready?
Yeah, I don't know what happened to your camera there, but yeah,
Tell me what happened to my camera.
it went all pink. Well, for me it did anyway. I don't know about Gary.
I'm fine.
Oh, it's for me then.
Do you still see me if I'm like this?
Yeah, mate.
It's a shame.
What altitude are you currently at, Tom?
Who's going first?
Who went first last week?
I think it was you. I'll go first. I'll go first, mate. Don't you worry.
Yeah, Tom made Gary go first because of
He cheats every week. Yeah.
cheating on the tiebreaker.
Do you know what? I'm going to go first, and I'm going to win this. Go on.
Can you go it?
Knock yourself out. So,
None
Gary,
of this
question 1.
accusations.
The Vatican Bank has the only ATM in the world that allows users to do what?
I'm going to take a guess and say withdraw the total amount in their account.
No.
Donate to the Vatican.
No. Correct answer. Carry out transactions in Latin.
Why would you even want it?
Well.
I mean, nationwide, you can't even pay a check-in on nationwide on your internet banking.
Yeah.
Like, why would you skip that and go, do you know what, let's just pay in Latin? It's very strange.
I'm guessing the language of the ATM is Latin.
Seems very unnecessary. Anyway, I'm not going to get bogged down on it, Tom. You carry on.
Did you want me to give you a little facts? But I've learnt my lesson.
Yes, please.
So it says the Vatican is doing its best to keep Latin relevant. In 2003, they even released an updated dictionary that featured the terms dishwasher and rush hour.
I thought you said there was going to be interesting facts, Tom.
Let's say interesting. I said it's had something to do with the question.
I like this little segment.
Yeah, mate.
Nice.
You've improved it.
Little fact at the end.
Not by
Keep up
fucking
the
much,
work.
but you've improved it, mate.
Right, Tom, you ready for your question?
I'm ready, mate. I was born ready.
What language has the most words?
Got to be English. English.
English is
Yeah.
correct. The Oxford English Dictionary has more than 200,000 words.
And Tom can hardly
100.
say any of them.
171,476 of these are still in use.
And yet you struggle to just say dishwasher.
And
That's a
English.
dishwasher. Soft. Gary, question 2. What's the only food that never expires?
Mm. Oh, God.
I
You know this tone.
think I do, but I'm sure I heard it was actually a myth. So, no. If I'm right, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong.
I'm going to say spam, because it's not actually fucking food, is it? It's just mess in a tin.
It's not spam.
Is it honey?
It is honey.
I'm sure I read somewhere it's actually a myth, mate. It does go out of date.
If the honey is natural and properly sealed, it won't expire. That's due to its high sugar content, low pH, and the bee's nearly magical honey making process.
There you go, mate.
Due to its high sugar content. So surely sugar wouldn't expire.
So who's Shirley and who's Sugar?
So
Not Shirley.
why are we
Sugar,
getting bogged
sugar.
down?
Shirley Sugar.
The answer is honey.
Okay, sorry, Tom.
Moving on.
Hi, thanks, Sugar.
Question 2 for Tam, is it?
Yep.
Yeah. On which planet is a year longer than a day?
Yes.
On which planet is a year longer than a day?
Earth. Sure it's not the other way around? Shorter?
No
No.
matter where you are, a year is longer than a day.
Oh, yeah, a year's longer than a day, mate.
I hope you get this wrong so I can steal it.
Yes. Well, the Earth's the wrong answer.
It can't, can't be. It's a fucking year's longer than a day.
Earth is the wrong answer.
It must be the other way around, mate.
Everyone knows it's Jupiter.
If Jupiter's incorrect also.
Is it?
It's Venus.
It must
It
be the other
takes
way.
243 Earth days for Venus to complete one full rotation on its axis and 225 Earth days for it to go around the Sun.
That's the other way around, then. You fucking doughball.
A year can't be longer than... If you lived on that planet,
You'd be
the
very
average
old.
age of a human...
I'm literally saying that how it's put in front. On which planet is a year longer than a day?
But how, mate? How long's a day? How long does it take to
20
rotate in its axis?
360.
Tam, it's literally like small bits. I feel like I'm being picked on now. I've done.
No, it's
I've read all I've got.
what did it say? How long does it take to rotate on its axis?
It takes 243 Earth days.
How long does it take to get around the sun?
It takes 225 Earth days for it to go around the Sun.
So it's less. That's less than a day. So what the fuck are you talking about?
You both got it wrong. The answer was Venus.
But that makes no sense.
I don't know.
I'll bear that in mind.
Moving on.
Yeah.
It's a good job it only comes down to the tiebreaker, isn't it?
Thank fuck.
Gary, question number 3. Which country should you visit to spot a wild platypus?
Jesus. Wild platypus. America.
Jamaica.
Correct answer is Australia.
And a little fact about platypus.
The platypus is an egg-laying mammal that is only found in eastern Australia and Tasmania.
There you go.
Who's it next?
Me, mate.
Tam. Oh, for God's sake. Right. Tam, in Swedish, a skavader is a rabbit with what unusual feature?
It's got no ears.
It's incorrect. Gary?
A long tail.
It's got wings.
Wings?
I believe I can fly.
Can it actually fly then?
So, I'm going to get moaned out for this, aren't I? So the skavader is a fictional creature. It was constructed in 1918 by the Swedish taxidermist.
It's what?
Taxi for horse?
Rudolf Grandberg.
So it's not a fucking actual creature, it's a made up.
Fictional creature.
I mean, that would have helped with the answer.
Yeah, if you told us that before you asked the question,
The
mate.
fictional creature weren't in the... It did say Swedish, so it depends how well you know your Swedish.
Fiction?
Yeah. Anyway, moving on before I get shouted at. Gary, what was the ice cream cone invented for?
Eating.
holding ice cream.
Incorrect.
For listening to the sea.
Also incorrect.
Not surprising.
To hold flowers.
Surely that was a vase.
A woman visiting the St. Louis Fair in July 1904 was given a bunch of flowers and ice cream sandwich. She rolled the wafers of the sandwich into 2 cones, one to hold the flowers and one to hold the ice cream.
So it was to hold the ice cream.
To hold the... Right.
Its actual purpose was to hold the ice cream, and she thought, I know what I can use this for. I'm going to put the flowers in there. What you reckon, Tam?
I reckon this quiz is fucking getting worse, mate. These questions are fucking ridiculous.
I full on am not doing the next quiz.
I'm not doing a podcast. I'm doing nothing. Laptops going out the window.
Tam, who claimed he could drive away the devil with a fart? It's all right.
Gary.
Don't matter what answer you give, you'll find an answer to worm me way where I'm wrong.
Gary, I'm saying.
I don't think Gary, you ever said it?
No, but it sounds like something Jack Black was said.
It's not Jack Black. Martin Luther. Put a little fact with it.
Please, some.
Martin
Wow.
Luther lived in the 16th century. At the time, it was widely believed that the devil could cause gastrointestinal disorders.
Nice. It's crazy. See, when you look back and all that, though, the stuff back then, the things that they believed, it was fucking crazy, man. It was like,
Witches.
oh, it was like, but all this to do with blood and all that, it was like crazy. Absolutely crazy, some of the things they did.
You think that nowadays, though, there's people out there that think the world's flat.
Yeah.
I did see something on Facebook the other day. I say the other day, I think it was this morning, where people are arguing how why don't pilots take into fact something about the
curvature.
horizon.
Yes,
Yeah,
to do with the curvature. They're going, do you any idea how fucking big the Earth is, you fucking lump of wood?
Do you not cover that in your pilot training, Tom?
Moving on. You know how to ruin something there, Gary. Who's next?
Oh, I think
No.
it might be Big Les. Biggles. What was it? What was the last question?
Something about devils and farts.
Devils. I think it's May.
There must be Gary then, aye.
How long does it take the moon to revolve around the Earth?
Saw this.
Another planet question. It's not a planet, is it?
It's a celestial body.
Saw this online the other day. Can't remember what the answer was. No idea.
Just think about it logically. Quite a simple
24 hours.
one.
28 days.
Yeah, 1 month. That's why you get the full moon once a month.
I look out the window and I see it every day. That'll do me.
Sorted.
I think it went wrong when you said, think about it logically.
Okay.
There's no logic on this
Hey.
group.
And
That's all.
with the three of us, mate, there's no such a thing as logic.
And we had 5 each.
No,
So I've
that's
still got one more.
Sam's got one more.
Tam, which beans did Mexicans once use as a payment for goods and services?
fava beans. Jumping beans.
Cocoa beans.
Oh, true, I never even thought that.
Got any facts about cocoa beans, Tom?
Not that I'm going to share with you.
He's
If
in
you
a
want me to
huff.
be honest.
He's in a big huff.
He is. Turbulent.
Right.
Tiebreaker. Let's have it.
Let's do it, mate.
Are
Go
you
with
sure?
I
So
feel
who's giving the first answer?
Gary because he's a cheat.
Right. How wide is the Golden Gate Bridge?
Do you mean from end to end or do you mean width?
Width, how wide, not how long.
It's about 4 carriages on each side.
Can,
I'm
hold on
gonna
a sec. I'll have the answer in meters, please.
That's the answer I was going to give you. I'm going to say 30 meters.
I think you got it in the bag with that one.
I'm going to say 28 metres.
Who wins if it was 29?
Is it 29?
I was just asking. I was just asking in case it was.
Yeah, I would win because
It'd have to be a tie break.
you'd have to
So,
a tie break for the tie break.
Tam won, it was 27 metres.
Yeah. Two RO, mate.
Close though.
Yeah. It was a good job I clarified it was the width and not the length because the two of us would end up saying about 500 metres or something.
half a mile.
Yeah,
Do you want one more?
yeah, give us
I mean,
a
I feel,
Another, just a little tie break.
I feel like you want us to have one more, so we'll have one.
No, it's just a. Do you want another one?
Yeah, go on.
Is it on a scale of 1 to 10? How ridiculous do you look with those headphones on?
That's not the answer. The question. What is this? I don't even know why I do this. If there is anyone watches this that would like to take my place, feel fucking free.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are flying at 30,000 feet.
They're not
If
even
you
that
look out the
big.
window on the left, you can see the.
Tam has got a fucking headset on. Mine's not that big. Maybe I'm just closer. Oh wait,
think-
no, they look a bit big.
I think the fact that maybe you've got a big fucking beanie hat on might sort of add to the ridiculousness.
Yeah,
of
but
it.
I haven't had a haircut, so my hair's all ridiculous at the minute.
Yeah, well, it looks much better like that, so you've
Yeah.
made a good choice.
Yeah, mate. You'll be getting loads of Valentine's cards and all that after the chicks see this, mate. I'm telling you.
I
Chicks
don't
will be
think I'm going to get one.
That's the spirit.
That's including Liz.
nice, mate.
She's
Well,
not a man in uniform.
Frequent flyer mails.
On that note, you're not going to get another tiebreaker.
Oh, come on. I want it now.
Come on,
No. That was really patronising there, Tam.
Come on, let's have it.
Give us a make one.
Do you deserve it?
I'll even go first.
What percentage of Earth's surface is covered in water?
80.
$79.
The answer's 71.
Let's put an end to this.
Yes, definitely.
Have a lovely week.
Yeah.
See you on the
How
dartboard.
how annoying is it though that we're not called Flight Club anymore? At least we would have a pilot.
Finished?
Wing Commander Hawes and Gary. I'll see you next week. Cheers, boys.
Bye-bye.
James.
Cheers, guys. Later.